Vultures Will Gather, posted November 7th, 2022. I recently read a passage in the Gospel of Matthew I struggled to make sense of, which is not unusual. There are many things I don't yet understand about God and His Word. But I'm okay with that. A divine creator, completely understood within human reason, wouldn't be much of a God anyway. A.W. Tozer seemed to relate a similar issue when he wrote, "Evils will seem evils only because we cannot read the secret script of God's hidden providence." The passage contained this verse, "Wherever there is a carcass, there the vultures will gather." Matthew 24:28. Coincidentally, and perhaps not so completely unrelated, I first learned about Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, in college Spanish one long ago fall semester. As I write this, it's Halloween time. I'm embarrassed to admit I used to confuse the two very different holidays. A traditionally Mexican holiday celebrated within the first days of November, Dia de los Muertos, is a time-honored observance of both life and death, abundant with bright colors, music, food, drink, and expressions of love and respect to honor the souls of deceased loved ones. On the other hand, if ever existed any redeeming aspect of honoring saints at Halloween, that's largely devolved to themes of frightening costumes, dubious behavior, witches, mayhem, and yes, death. Watch any old Western and you'll learn circling buzzards mean carcasses nearby. There isn't space here to deep dive my theological confusion, but it appears Matthew's passage, like Luke 17, points to the end times and coming of God's kingdom. The widespread carnage, stench of death, and vultures everywhere will evidence the judgment. But wildfowl aren't the only creatures attracted to death or affliction. Metaphorically, human vultures are often busy circling, fascinated with the macabre and eager to prey on the downtrodden. I once had to fight off a vulturous hoodlum bent on ridding an unconscious victim of his wallet, even as paramedics and I worked to save his life. And these familiar buzzards, ambulance-chasing attorneys lining their pockets with the currency of others' misfortune, slippery televangelists milking the last few dollars of unsuspecting God-seekers, heirs historically uninvolved, conspicuously motivated when estates are settled, rubbernecking goremongers jamming traffic and compounding mayhem instead of minding their own driving business, or streaming fanatics unable to find anything as entertaining as binging the latest true crime show or similar exploitation of human anguish. Incorrect assumptions, uninformed assertions, irresponsible gossip, careless rumors, and outright slander are especially hurtful, and too often the hallmarks of human vultures in our lives. Unlike the telltale orbit of winged predators, these birds are especially hurtful and negligent because their plundering too often happens behind the backs of their troubled, downcast, or otherwise vulnerable prey. Fortunately, not all are quite so iniquitous. Like colleagues circling your office or siblings dive-bombing your bedroom, ready to snatch whatever goods and chattels might be up for grabs upon your departure. Of course, it's possible you've just overstayed your welcome, and they're just waiting for the smelly logjam of dead wood to clear. Vultures will gather. So what's a cadaver to do? Live. One sure way not to be a target of vultures is to not be dead. Be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually alive. Stay busy. Exercise. Go for walks. Read. Pray. Listen to music. Sing. Dance. Enjoy life and appreciate God's beauty in people and the world. Love. Few people, even buzzards, wake up in the morning determined to hurt others. Maybe they're oblivious to the pain they cause, or they just don't care. Either way, that's their issue, not yours. We have no idea what may be going on in their life or the personal demons they fight. Maybe it's divorce, addiction, abuse, illness, death of a loved one. Instead of being just another angry bird, be kind and compassionate. There's a local business nearby that routinely employs people down on their luck or with checkered pasts. Affectionately referred to as reclamation projects, they help people when everyone else has given up on them. Second chances are part of their organizational culture and something we can all learn from. Everyone stumbles. Instead of throwing the baby we once esteemed out with the bathwater, remember and appreciate all the positive things they've done. Just love them and give them the chance to keep doing great things. Laugh. Don't take yourself so seriously. Laughter is good medicine. Jump in a pile of leaves, play games, dress up for Halloween. A youthful heart beats strong, and crow's feet are much more attractive from smiling than from stress. Learn from the goose. Buzzards are solitary, opportunistic predators. Geese, on the other hand, fly together, share responsibility for leading the flock, and care for one another when sick or wounded. That's Leadership 101. And pretty good relationship advice, too. Lean into God's hidden providence. It's easy to set our faith aside when things are going well. But the time to become acquainted isn't in the midst of catastrophe. Seek to know God better now, and more will be revealed, in good times and bad. Walk by faith, not by sight. God is in control. Get strong, be strong, stay strong.